the beautiful city of Logroño in Spain, and we are hosted by the headquarters of the AK Interactive. Tonight with me is famous Mig Jimenez. Good evening and thank you for having us here in Logroño.
Thank you to you to came here to our country. It's a pleasure.
Mig, just a couple of questions for our followers on the Facebook and all modelers. AK Interactive was born in 2010. Now it's 3 years. How do you apprise the path of 3 years of AK Interactive?
Well, for us, in fact, was something exceptional because only in 3 years of life we grow up too fast, faster than in my previous company and faster than any other company in the modeling. We are almost 15 people just working here in the headquarters. There are a big group of people helping us in our project, in the magazine, in the books, in the paints. We are very happy and surprised because we doesn't expect that big success in short time. No? Even for me, it's something very special. No? It's incredible for me.
So it was a surprise of success.
I expected success, but not so soon. Not in 3 years. No? I expected that, okay, maybe in 10 years in the future we can grow up, we can do this and that. But to create a new successful magazine like the Weathering magazine, to create books like the FIQ book, or for example to make the 1945 profile books, that all of those was bestseller, plus DVDs, acrylic paints, weathering, oils. In short time, is almost impossible to believe for what we are used to understand like a model company.
You have told us a very short and very successful story, but behind this story, it's a lot of work. Can you tell us, please, for example, what is the research behind one color, research behind one book? It's extraordinary amount of work.
Yes, in fact, the people think that just to make a single bottle of paint is like, okay, you mix white, blue, a little red, and you get one color. No, this is not true. The process is really complicated. Each color needs several weeks of research, searching photos, taking documentation, talking with expert people who know everything about a color. For example, if we want to make a color about Lebanon or about Russian in the Second World War, we try to find a lot of information, try to compare different charts, different colors from internet, color pictures. Finally, you must start producing that color by mixing many colors, making many attempts. And finally go to laboratory and produce a good paint, stable, with the right color, especially with the scale reduction to be applied in the military subjects, no? in our scale model. So it's really complicated. Maybe 1 week for each color sometimes. No? It's hard.
Maybe our modelers don't know, but your paint's supposed to be the real paints. So there is no difference between the paint on the real tank and the paint on the miniatures using your colors. So there is no paint scale reduction. It's a lot of people. You actually have your own researching department, your own chemists working in another company, in another city, but it's your own department.
Yes. Until some time ago, another company was producing our colors. But due to many problems with them, especially about the quality, we decided to produce our own colors in our own factory with our own laboratory. We research the information to make each color. We make our own formula that is totally different to others, and we spend a lot of time trying to do the best for the modelers. We are modelers, we understand what they need, and this is why we try to do something easy to use for them. For example, with the scale reduction of the effect of the scale in the colors. One real tank is painted with one green, okay? But if you use that green in your scale model, your model will look more dark than the real one, even if you are using the same color. This is because the small tank is reflecting less light than the real one. So you must compensate that thing by reducing the brightness of the color, or adding more brightness, to try to make less dark than the real one. But it's not so easy like to add white color and that's all. No. You need to add different colors and to get the same appearance than the real one. So that is nobody is doing right now in the world.
Another quality of your colors is they can be used with the brush or directly in the airbrush.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because until now it's stupid to have two kind of colors, one for brush, another one for airbrush. And me, like a modeler, I would like to have only one color that can be useful for my brush, for my airbrush. So I am doing colors for myself because I am painting models every day. So I try to find solutions for my own models when I make my products.
Now when you explain us how much work is behind each color, now we can tell our modelers to wait a little bit because Mig and the company is preparing the scale of colors to be released. Mm-hmm. Many modelers are asking us when are the colors going to be released. Mm-hmm. We have to tell them be patient for a couple more weeks.
Oh, because only in 1 year producing acrylics we have released almost 70 different colors. That is a lot of work, a lot of paints for only 1 year. Because before 1 year we were not producing acrylic colors. And we are working in more than 200 different colors, thinking about different projects for the future. But of course, we need a lot of time for each color, so we have only 2 hands and we cannot go faster because I must check by myself all colors. So if we want to reduce the quality, maybe we can produce more quantity of products, but if we want to keep the quality and to be sure that those colors are the real ones and work very well in your airbrush, we must be careful. It's almost artisanal. We must go very slowly to be sure that, but if you are patient, you will find many surprises in the future, something that you cannot expect, I can promise you.
Can we ask you small secrets? Can we expect also now we are having sets for different tanks, AFVs, can we expect also sets to appear, for example, in figures or any other? Tell us a small secret.
No, we will enter in absolutely all areas of the modeling. Now recently we started producing colors for ships. We will make for all areas of the modeling, including figures and absolutely everything. We want to cover all aspects of the modeling, in the weathering, in the paints, in the information, in books. We want to give to the modelers everything necessary to make models in a comfortable way. Just, I have this, I can go forward, make my model with no worries. No worries about the thinners, or no worries about if the paint is getting bad in my airbrush, doesn't work or something like that. No, just make models and just be worried for your ideas. This is the most important.
Mig, personal question as an expert in modeling. You have seen that modeling techniques have went for a long period of time and they have been changing constantly. From oil paints to animals to chalk, now to the weathering products. Are there any more techniques to be discovered? Are there any new future techniques that will be introduced by AK Interactive?
Well, in fact, almost all new techniques that appear in the modeling in the last years was introduced by myself, like the pigments, the filters, the evolution of the washes, because before the washes appeared, the people needed to mix thinner with oils or hand roll. We introduced and we developed the modulation for first time in the world, and we are continually adding new techniques. In fact, almost everything now was made by us. So for the future, I have many ideas. I am working with some of them that will change completely the modeling in the future. Of course, I need several years to develop all of those systems. That is very realistic and very different to everything that we know now. But we must be patient because I need to investigate, I need to paint many models, but we are working in that and will appear for sure. And of course, always appear a modeler in the world that invent a new technique. For example, Phil Stouskas, that is an excellent Belgian modeler. He invented the higher sprite technique. We were the first one to develop a product that improved the higher sprite technique by using different chemicals, more healthy, more secure when you are painting. So not only we produce our own ideas, but also we try to explore the ideas from other people that maybe they don't want to produce by themselves, they are just modelers, they talk with us, or we decide to produce something according to those ideas. No? So many things will appear in the future.
So there are still a couple of aces in the sleeve.
Yes, many. This is just the beginning, I can promise you that.
Mig, you have said that company is developing. We can surely say this is now becoming a world company. You have your own subdivision in the United States, and you are now stepping into the market of Asia, Australia. Can you tell us, is there any difference between these markets? How is the feedback? Are some markets applying some techniques that other markets are not applying?
Totally. In fact, we need to treat each country in a different way. Because, for example, maybe in your country, in the Balkans area, you like to do these kind of things, or you like to make more matte, or you like to make planes or ships or something different. But in another countries, they like to do another completely different things. Each country have different necessities. For example, in Russia, many people make planes, more than tanks. But for example, in China, especially in Shanghai, more people make Gundam robots. So it's something strange, no? But almost 90% of the people make Gundam. But in Beijing, in the capital of China, most of the people make ships. So in each country, the modelers do completely different things to others. No? In some countries also they prefer some techniques, and other countries prefer others. So we need to adapt ourselves to each country. In USA, we create a division because the American people prefer to buy in USA, paying with US dollars and talking with American people. No? So we decided to create just Eiki Interactive USA. In Japan also we have another person who take care of Japanese country. In a different way, they translate the instruction, everything into the Japanese. This is the problem, no? That each country have a different taste for the modeling. No? It's very complicated because we work with all the world, South America, America, all Asia, all Europe. Now, thanks to you in the Balkans. No? So,
from what all things you have said, I can clearly see that each modeler is important for you. You keep a very good network contacts. You can be contacted by Facebook, your own AK blog. People can easily reach you, and as I have seen, and probably most of the people who know you personally, you are a very easygoing person and willing to help. How important is feedback of the modeler for you personally and for AK Interactive as a company?
I will resume that question in a very short sentence. I spend the 80% of my time just checking internet, replying emails, checking forums, and trying to read what the people say or what the people need. This is the 80% of my time. The people think that I am all time making models all day. No, this is not true. Almost all time is for that. And 15% of my time is to develop the products and paint models, and only 5% of my time is for trips or for other things, to think in new ideas. But almost all my time I spend in front of my computer, reading Facebook, watching what the people is doing, and trying to read what they are asking, and many times I try to reply them, but there are thousands and thousands of modelers in the world who try to ask me things every day through my email, Facebook, the blogs, the forums, through the rest of my people. I cannot reply all of those emails, but this doesn't mean that I am not interested on them. It's because I haven't physical time to reply the emails. But the success of a company is because each modeler is extremely important for me and for us. If I see that some modeler need to ask about, hey, I don't know how to do that, immediately I am thinking, oh my God, how can I find a solution for that guy? Because if he have that problem, maybe others have the same problem. In fact, the origin of my product was that I needed to find solution for myself. Now I try to find solution for other people. So it's the most important, of course.
After so many years, do you still learn from others?
Every day. In fact, maybe I am the person who learn more from the rest of the world, because I am traveling to every places and I try to absorb from each country as maximum information as possible. I ask to the people, hey, how you made that? How you made that with my product? And I don't know how to do it, and you are doing that with my product. So I get surprised when I talk with modelers and they teach me how to do something spectacular,
modification of your product,
or my techniques, no? So I need to come back to my home and try to do that by myself. So I am learning every day from them, every day.
So Mig, AK is coming also to the area of Central Eastern Europe, ex-Balkan countries, ex-Yugoslavia. There are many jewels, there are many good maquettes staying at home with the people. How can they become recognized? Because we know modeling is connecting people. It does not know barriers. What would be your suggestion for the modelers from those countries? How can they become recognized?
Well, this is a long question, but let me divide in two. The Balkans was well known for the rest of the world, unfortunately, because of your war in 1991. That was terrific for all of you, but the rest of the world, the rest of the modelers community discovered the Balkans thanks to that war. Many people become interested in the Balkan wars. In fact, if someone knows the models that I made, one of my first models long time ago was a Croatian T-34-85 that I saw in one Concord book. And I was fascinated by all vehicles, all modification. The Balkan War was very, very, very attractive for many people. Unfortunately, it was at the same time that the Gulf War. So the people, the modelers, was choosing between Balkans or Gulf War. Finally, because the Gulf War was longer, many modelers went to the direction of the Gulf War. Unfortunately, the Balkan Wars become more forgotten. The people lose a little the interest because not too many publications, not too many models in the magazines. So the people went in another direction, and the people maybe forget what happened in that country, in that area of the Balkans. Now it's important that if the people want to recover that attention for those subjects, good modelers need to make good models and publish in magazines and in other places. For example, you saw me today some advertising of model contests in Zagreb and in your area. And I saw very interesting subjects, very well painted, but the people from outside of Balkans haven't seen those models, never. Because those modelers who made those models never go to outside. For example, to Euromilitar, to Telfort, to Torrent in Spain, to Tiene in Italy. So this is the main problem for the Balkan area. Maybe there are very good modelers, maybe excellent.
So we are missing self-promotion.
Yes, I think that is a problem of self-marketing. You need to go outside and to show, hey, this is what we are doing here in our countries. We are doing that and it's very nice. So the people will see, oh my God, those people from the Balkans are really good ones. That people from Zagreb, that people from Slovenia, that one from Serbia. Where were those models the last years? So the people need to go outside and promote what you are doing in your country. You cannot expect that the people from France or Italy or Spain or England go to Zagreb, for example, to see what is happening in the model show in Zagreb. Because the people doesn't know anything about what is happening in your country. The people have no idea what is happening inside. For example, I discovered not too long time ago modelers from Serbia, and I was totally shocked. I never expected modelers in Serbia or in Slovenia or in Croatia or in Bosnia. I never expected. Maybe because we think that because the war, the people lose their interest in the modeling. So this is why I was very shocked.
Hopefully positive.
Of course, and I am happy that now the people is making models. And it's a good way to canalize the bad experience, no, into the modeling. So this is fantastic. But now you need to show to the rest of the world what you are doing in your country, and could be very interesting for the rest of the people. Maybe we can learn a lot of things from you guys.
Is AK Interactive willing to help?
Well, we are a very small thing in the world, no? We have our own publication, and so we sell our product in every places in the world, and I would like to help to promote talented modelers in your country to be popular in another places. Just contact me. You know where to find me. Send me an email. If you are a good modeler, just send me an email. Mig, I am making those models. Is interesting to publish in your magazine or not? Or what can I do? Or, it's so easy. Just send an email. He told me that many of you speak English, which is not the same in Spain. That not too many people speak English in Spain. But fortunately for you, if you speak a little English, contact me or contact to any other magazine in the world and show your works. That's all, it's so simple. Try to be more active in Facebook, try to create your blog in English, try to share what you are doing with other people in another forums, in international forums, and then for sure the people will get interest in what you are doing in your country.
And there is a small secret to tell. There is a possibility that Big Mig is coming to the Balkans as well. Maybe not this year.
No, I really would like, especially because I like everything about Balkans, especially about the modern subjects. I made some models about that war, and I was watching photos, for example, of Slovenia with the T-55s in a gas station or things like that, and I was watching the landscape, not only the destroyed tanks or the war, no? But for me it could be fantastic if I can go. Not this year because it's impossible, because I need to go to another country, but if I can, and if the people allow me, I will be very happy to go next year, for example. It could be a pleasure to meet with the modelers in your country.
Mig, thank you very much for all the information, and hope to see you somewhere in the places where you still like to go.
Yes, for
Thank
sure.
you very much.
Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.